I was just remembering this thing when I was, I think maybe 6 years and maybe 8 months old. I came home from something, and um, I opened the door, and all my friends were in the house, and they all yelled, "Surprise! Happy birthday!" And my birthday's in December, but this was in August, and my mom was there. I said, "Mom, whose birthday is it?" And she said, "It's yours." I said, "It's not my birthday. My birthday's in December." And she said, "I know, but I wanted to throw you a surprise party." I said, "But it's August." And she said, "Exactly. Aren't you surprised?" And I was. And it was a fun party, and I think it confused me. I have no attachment to my birthday date anymore. I sometimes do celebrate my birthday now in August, but my mom was just so funny. It was just it's a good example of kind of how she thinks. Another thing she did that me and my brother and my nieces and nephews loved, since we were maybe since I was 18 or something like that, we did something that was called Children's Day. My mom and dad started it, and my mom would buy these totally goofy, I still have some of them, like little gifts, and then she'd give us like some cash, and we'd have a nice meal together and stuff, and we did it the whole time from like probably for 30 years, every summer, sometime in the summer, usually after Father's Day. And it was so fun, and then my mom did it with my nieces and nephews, and they all got stuff too, and it was all like childish, goofy, funny things, like lip gloss in the shape of a lip, right? I mean, something weird, or bubbles that you would blow, or little gifts like that kind of thing, or some kind of socks with butterflies or something. And it was so cute, and I really love that. And I think it's a really sweet thing for parents to do a kids day, just because there's Mother's Day, there's Father's Day, and so maybe a kids day, right? Although maybe there's all the other holidays that are kids days too. Anyway, that's kind of a little bit just about my mom and how unique a thinker she is. She also, my parents didn't drink much, but they would have parties, and at that time they had those pop tops on beer or soda cans or whatever. I never drank any of those things, but my mom got all these pop tops, and then she strung them all together in many, many things, and then painted them chartreuse, and then hung them as curtains in our bathroom. And then another time, this is she's so funny. The other time, this was it was, I don't know, I was pretty young, and my mom she never wore makeup, and I rarely wear makeup except for if I'm acting, but she hardly ever wore makeup, and she had these watercolors, and she started putting makeup on her face, but just on one side, just like checking it out how to do it, right? But it was actually watercolors on her face. And then my dad came home, and he brought home somebody that my mom wasn't expecting. And so she had half her face with this watercolor makeup, and then half the face like normal. That was really cute. Yeah, she was cute. She's still cute. She also was like a volunteer teacher and sometimes a substitute teacher in my elementary school. And so one of the times when she was a volunteer teacher, we all went, my mom, my dad, my brother, and me all went, maybe not my brother because he was tiny, but we went to the beach when the grunions were running. And my mom got like buckets of grunions with sand and water, ocean water, and this whole thing, and brought it to school the next day for the school volunteer thing. And I had to call her Mrs. Witter. That was her last name, Mrs. Witter. I had to call her Mrs. Witter. It was so awful. And all my friends knew her, and they're like, "Hi, Vi." And she's like, "Call me Mrs. Witter." And they were so confused. We were young, whatever, second grade. Anyway, everybody in the class got a cup filled with water and sand and a couple grunions in it. And then when the class was over, we put it all back into the bucket, And then my mom took it to the ocean. She also insisted that we pick up litter, and I cannot not do that now. If I even go for a walk, I pick up litter. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So, yeah, she really inspired a lot of goofy fun, sweetness. So, anyway, this is just a tribute to my mom and her quirky, whimsical, playful self. Thank you. Appreciate you.